Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do a box plot of the box plot quiz scores. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to use what's called a candlestick chart and Google Sheets because I'm inherently lazy. I have labeled out here box plot scores: minimum, quartile 1, quartile 3, and maximum. And I'll show you how to turn this into a proper box plot. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get values for the minimum. So values, I'm going to hit imp equals minimum, and then yes, so I want the minimum. It's anticipating what I want. I'm going to go ahead and select A1 through A63 and hit enter, and it's going to give me my minimum. Next, I'm going to cheat rather than dragging over every time. I'm going to come over here and hit control copy, so I have my data set A1 through A63. Here I'm going to hit equals quartile, and then I'm going to hit control V, which is the paste, and I want to let it know that it's the first quartile. So comma 1, and the first quartile is 15.5. And then next one, I'm going to hit equals quartile. And then I'm going to hit control V again, and then comma 3, because I want the third quartile. That's 22. And then max, I'm going to hit equals max, and then control V again for my data set, and I'll hit enter. Now at this point, I can take just this piece of information and get a basic box chart minus the minimum and the fences. So in order to do that, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to insert. I'm going to insert chart, and let's see if it anticipates. No, it does not. So I'm going to scroll down until I find a candlestick chart right there, and there is basically the box chart. Now it's vertical. The minimum and maximum are on there. I can read that's 8 to 25. The quartiles on there. What it doesn't have is the median. So it's a little bit lacking, but it certainly saves me work. Now I can turn this into a true box chart relatively easy. In order to turn it into a true box chart, I need to think about what I'm actually missing. So I'm actually missing the median, and let's see if I can click on this to move that out of the way a little bit. Whoops. Alright, so I would need median. I better type equals, so let's see. Label the median down here. I'll go ahead and calculate it. So equals median. It's anticipating incorrectly, so I'm going to go here and then I'll hit control V again. So the median is 19. Upper fence is going to be equal to 3/2 or 1.5. 3/2 times my interquartile range. 22 minus 15.5 is 6.5. 6.5 plus the quartile 3, 22. Oh boy. And I need to put this down here. Alright, so upper fence, it's impossible to be an outlier because there are enough good scores. If we scroll down and look at the data, 25 would not be an outlier. There were several 25s. So not going to have a whole lot of outliers on the upper side. On the lower end, the lower fence is going to be similar. So that's going to be 3/4. I'm going to copy this formula. Copy that, and I'll just manipulate it from here. So I'm going to hit control V, but this is going to be a negative. So I'm going to subtract 1.5 times the lower quartile plus 15.5. So my lower fence to be an outlier on the lower side is 5.75. You can see that nobody's outside of that, so we're kind of in the mean. So my median grade is right here at 19. That means half people scored above and half below. I'm looking at the quartile Q1 of 15.5. If you're below 15.5, that means you're down here, and that would be the bottom 25%. I can put this right to, or left to right here if it make it easier. I'll hit pause. Okay, guys, so I took the liberty to take a couple minutes, and I turned this on its side. So I went from 8 to 25, and then I went ahead and put in the median. I did not put in the upper and lower fences. They don't apply here. But in doing that, put it on its side. So understand that this is the exact same as this. It's just this one's on its side. So what I'm going to tell you is if you're in the top 25%, that is to say you exist between quartile 3 and the max, you're in pretty good shape. Obviously, you know what you're doing, and I would, I'm hoping that curiosity bothers you if you got a 23 out of 25. Okay, what was the 2, and you figure that out. If you're in the lowest quartile, if you're in the lowest 25%, hey, the average was a 19. That was the median average. So that means you got to spend a little time going over it here. I'm going to put a video in going through all the questions and make sure that you're wrapping your head around it. That way you're not wasting an attempt at a retake. Obviously, I'll give you full credit. I don't care when you get it, just only that you do get it. But please put in a little time and chop a little wood. And then, in here, you're in between. You know what I'm saying? Grade-wise, I'm not really concerned about grades. I want you guys to make sure that at the end of the year we do the web exam or we do the Project Lead the Way exam. You're not going to get tripped up by box and whisker charts. So there's a simple explanation of doing that.